We are but a cell on this earth. We are a living organism to Mother Nature. Right, so we have to embrace what is beautiful.
In a world where everything is so fast-paced, everything is thrown at us constantly, sometimes we forget to just take a breath and stop, to take a breath and be mindful. This is that video that will help you understand why that is so important. Taught to you by Ronin Tactics founder and CEO, Tu Lam, a man with 23 years of experience in the military, in the special forces, and also a man who uses the Bushido code and Bushido teachings to combine into his lessons and teachings. And today he talks about meditation and mindfulness. Today's video was made possible at Mulliganbrothers.com, where you can get the new Momentum Mori poster, a poster that reminds you that you are mortal. Every single box represents a week of your life. And for me, I have this on my fridge, and I constantly remember that every day is as precious as the last, and I must use it as best as I can and live a life as best as I can and as prosperous as I feel I can. This is 21 years. That's what 21 years looks like. So if that isn't a great reminder, I don't know what is. The poster and frame are now available at Mulliganbrothers.com with the link in the description. But before that, mindfulness and meditation, how important is it and how can we input it into our lives to help us become more successful? Let's dive into it.
Okay, Tu, we'll just start with the story of the Desert Rose.
Well, you know, about 6 months ago, I went back to Fayetteville, North Carolina, my hometown, and I was giving a speech to the newly graduated Special Forces class. I was invited back by the Special Forces Regiment, and huge honor, huge honor. And during this visit, two folds was that I got to visit my mother, my beautiful, beautiful mother. My mother, she possessed strength, truly the spirit of a tiger, and she taught me what it means to live a strong life. She had these desert roses in my grandmother's home. These desert roses were when my grandmother was still alive, handed down to my mother. And my mother knew that I love plants, I love flowers. And the reason why is because, when I was growing up, I was very defiant, I always questioned my mother. And she loved it because my punishment was yard work, right? And my mother had the most beautiful yard because I kept on getting in trouble, right? That's what happens when you're a hardhead. But my mother knew how to cultivate me, and in time, I tell you, I love gardening. And it's within samurai culture, to garden. But when my mother, taught me gardening and landscaping, she has a beautiful Japanese backyard. But the thing was, it grew in me so much that when I was deployed overseas, that, we in some of Saddam's palaces, in Iraq, we would manicure the lawn, beautiful lawn. And I would grow flowers, in a war zone. And it's because of my mother. It reminds me how beautiful my mother is. And when I came home, I was looking at this beautiful desert rose in my grandmother's home. And my mother told me the story behind her. And then she cut the branches off. It was so beautiful, it was blooming. She cut the branches off and she pulled it off, and then she wrapped it up. She wrapped it up, and then she said, I want you to take this home. And now it's blooming, it's spring, so the desert rose is blooming. And what a beautiful flower, because, it blooms these desert roses, and it's so beautiful. And what I love about the desert rose is, this beautiful flower is able to withstand, the hardships of the desert. So, beautiful desert rose from my mother. People ask me, why would I do this? Why would I go and practice awareness? Everything works for me. I'm fine. But you drink and then you curse and you act out, you hate on others, your life isn't going the direction you wanted to go, but yet here you are. You know, because you don't need it until you need it. You don't need meditation until you need it. But what happens if I tell you, what if I say, if I teach you meditation and you implement that into your life, that you could be a better person, that you could be more successful, would you not take that skill and put it into your life? See, a lot of people, they don't see it because they live in this artificial world. Artificial world, social media, television, artificial world of listening what somebody they don't even know you have to say about you across the world. They care about that because they live in this false reality. We separate ourselves from what is actual truth, and what is actual truth is this. This is actual truth, but yet we rather live in our false narrative of what somebody else's believe. Never even met you, and they have to say this about you, and you that's your reality? If you ground yourself in what is true, which is this, then it doesn't matter what everybody else have to say, right? Because you're grounding yourself out in what's actual truth, and that is beauty. And that's why it's so important to connect with nature, because we came from Mother Nature. And one day we will go back to Mother Nature. That's the circle of life. We are but a cell on this earth. We are a living organism to Mother Nature. Right? So we have to embrace what is beautiful and live in this. That's why it's important. So that's what I had to do first. I had to focus on what was the traumas of my past, made peace with it, right? And then that will give you the seed, right, to want to be something more. Because now you're sitting with yourself, you're not hearing these voices that's going in your mind, putting you down, words that are destroying your day. Right now you're able to disrupt that pattern and inject what is beautiful, and in time, you will again see what is beautiful if you live in that, if you dedicate your life to that. Mind and body is connected. You must train the mind like you train the body. Too many times in today's world, in this Western belief, is that I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to get jacked, I need to look this certain way. That's the expectation that you place on yourself. Fitness is important, yes, but you must train the mind as well. Mind and body must be connected, right? So in today's world, I see a lot of, guys going and females going to the gym, they train their bodies, but nobody's really training their mind. And the only way you train your mind, if you sit with yourself and you slow down that breathing and you find out what's important. What's important in your life? And then from there, that's a seed for change. It's a seed for change because now you know what's important and you have a direction. So that's what the advice I give is a lot of veterans and a lot of people that experience trauma, they don't have a direction. That's why they rely on the externals. You have to break up that pattern. You have to break up that pattern and you have to figure out who you are in this world, not somebody else's truth. What is your truth? Right? And then once you find your truth, then you begin to work on becoming that person you wish to be. I wouldn't say I stopped embracing nature. Nature's always been there. I was that guy who always grew flowers on deployments, right? So you're in a desert environment in a war zone, and I'm trying to grow flowers and manicure grass, right? So the thing is, I never lost touch with nature. I just never saw the beauty in it for a while, So the thing is, it's there, nature's there, the morning is there, the day is there, right? So, we're given a day, we decide if it's good or bad. It's only a day, And at a certain point, I looked at nature as it's just there. It just exists, you know? And no appreciation for it. So I would say that because I was so grounded in the element of hate, which was because of war, that I lost focus of what is truly beautiful. And when I say when you embrace nature, you embrace what is beautiful, and that's beautiful, the beautiful day, the beautiful morning, the beautiful people that you have around you, and you have to embrace how beautiful you are as a human being. And only by doing that can you live in beauty.
Thank you so much to Tu Lam for the video. The link in the description will have some of Tu Lam's social pages where you can find more teachings from him on the Bushido code and how he combines that with 23 years of experience in the Special Forces to create these unbelievable lessons and teachings. He really is an inspirational and super intelligent man who has helped me massively. Today's video was made possible at Mulliganbrothers.com, where the Memento Mori poster has just gone live. You can get it with the link in the description where you can get the poster and frame. Each square represents a week of your life. That is what 21 years looks like. And I stare at these posters. I have my own poster. It's not 21 years, unfortunately. It's a little bit further down. And it reminds me constantly of how precious my time is on this earth. And for me, this has been the biggest help for my success this last year or so, I would say. I've had the poster now. This is the new one that is live on the website right now, where all the profits go back into creating this content. Thank you for watching. Go follow me on Instagram at Jordan Mulliganbrother. My brother and sister's socials are also down below. And if you've hit the join button or subscribed as well, I want to say a massive, massive thank you. And lastly, if you've not done this yet, guys, hit that notification bell. There's a lot of people who are subscribed but not getting the notifications. So let YouTube know that you want to be notified for our new videos, and we have some great content on the way. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.